Hey, Jeremy the Tall Trainer here. I got the stretch strap right here, and I'm going to show you how to do a resistance training workout with a stretch strap, which is, this obviously doesn't stretch much itself, it stretches you, but it can be really useful for some isometric exercises. So I got a pretty decent, decent upper body, some abs, some legs, a decent balanced little workout. About 15 minutes, you're going to do 3 rounds through these 5 exercises, all right? So I'm gonna do them with you. I'll coach you through them. I'll grunt with you. It'll be a great time. All right, so I got my timer here set. So we're gonna start off with the iso chest press. All right, well, what I'm gonna do is, I'll just, first round you kind of learn it, and then next round we'll go into it. All right, so ready, set, and go. All right, so timer's rolling right now, but I'm gonna take this strap, I'm gonna loop it behind me, lay down. All right, I'm gonna get my hand in couple of these loops here, and I'm going to be pressing out. So right here, my elbows are kind of in front of me a bit. I can do this way, so I'm resting down here. I can do legs out, but I'm pushing into there. Now I'd recommend trying it a couple different ways. So maybe one round we try it without as much elbow bend, and one round we can try it with a little bit more. So I go one strap closer in here, and now I got more elbow bend here. So I can press in here. It's isometric, so I'm pushing into the strap. The strap's looped around my back though, so it's not going anywhere. I can feel the pressure of it digging, pressing into my back, but I'm pushing with those hands, keeping those abs pulled in, and getting a little bit of core. If that's too much on the core, you're too distracted, you're not getting that arms as much, put the feet down, all right, and press like you're trying to punch the ceiling there, flexing the arms, really resist against it. All right, so next one, we're gonna stand up. We got the strap pull apart row. So we got hands apart a little bit. I actually like holding onto it right here. So I got one strap in between. I'm holding onto 2, and I'm coming forward and back. All right, so I'm pushing forward and back. You can see right here. I'll show you this side. Pressing out and pulling back. I'm pulling this band apart the whole time. The strap, it's almost like I'm trying to break it as I'm doing this. All right, so we're doing a lot of stuff of resisting that strap. All right, so chest sticks out. Shoulders down. I can get a little lunge stance here if I want. If I want to work a little more legs. But there's a couple good leg things coming up. Boy, oh boy, they're going to be fun. Chest out. Pulling apart. I'm rowing in. I'm pressing back out. And pulling apart the whole time. I'm getting really tired. Alright, so. Whew. Right now we're going overhead. Overhead. So same thing, I'm pulling apart. But now I'm pressing up. All right, here, pulling apart, press up, stretch a bit, and come back down. All right, I'll do it from the front here a little bit. Right in there. This is probably a pretty good width. You could try 1 notch narrower, but it would get maybe in between the shoulder blades more. I want to get in my lats just a little bit extra, work across the back a little more. So I'm going to try that. This is wider, where it's about shoulder width, maybe a tiny bit wider. Pressing up in there. Oh, my triceps, my shoulders are burning. Reach and stretch and pull apart. Now you're not going wide at the elbows. Keep those elbows about the same width as the hands. Oh, all right. So we got the John Wayne walk next. I would say do 2 straps, blank, and your feet in the other 2, all right? And I'm walking side to side here, all right? So how this works is, when I lift, I'm pulling apart. I'm trying to balance on that foot for a moment before I fall back to the foot. And I'm pulling apart, like trying to stretch that strap while the foot is off the ground. If I could have both feet off the ground, I could do this one, maybe laying down or something like that, but I think it distracts from what the hips can do. So I think standing is probably the best way, but make sure you're not just standing and you're standing here. You're lifting one foot, try to have one foot off the ground the whole time, and when it's off the ground, you're pulling it out. You're pulling it out against the strap. All right in here, right in those hips, a little glute medius. Some of those muscles going pretty good here. All right, next one is a squat. I'm gonna do a squat hold, in here. And so I'm gonna take the strap. I'm actually gonna loop it around myself a little bit here. and I'm gonna hold in here, all right? So now I got a strap to press out against, all right? So I'm pushing my butt back. I'm going a little wider here. So I can adjust the tension here with the hands, but I'm gonna put my hands around the legs, squeeze the knees out, and push the butt back, all right? So tipping in here, and I'll show you a little bit from the side here. You wanna be careful of not going too far forward with the knees or loading it too much. So push that butt back and squeeze out here. All right, chest out, butt out, back is nice and straight. Best way to see the squat is from the side there. Squeezing out. Now, I'm not forcing my knees farther out than normal, and I'm not forcing them farther in with a strap or anything. I'm just kind of holding that spot. I got tension on that band, pressing out against it. So you can see, I got it looped around, then looped around again. And I can even hold on to here if I wanted to, but I don't need to, it's hard enough. All right, there's one round. Let's go back to the chest press, all right? So back to the floor. Lots of isometric here. I'm gonna go one strap closer, get a deeper bend in the arms there, and press. I'll go with the legs too. Pressing out against it. Now this workout is a tricky one, because if you're not that determined, you might just slack. So you gotta really fight for it. Isometrics are all about how hard you try, especially in this scenario. It's not gravity we're fighting, it's the strap. And it'll match whatever we put out there. Abs pulled in, pressing. Oh yeah, come on, fight it. All right, good. We got that pull apart row. They're back standing. Grab on those handles. Right in here. Pulling it apart. Coming forward and back. Oh, upper back and shoulders. Here we go. So good. So this pulling apart gets between the shoulder blades really well. Now we're hitting different angles by moving forward and back. The main thing is the pull apart. The fun part is we get to change angles, catch it a little bit differently as we come in and out with this, all right? So as I press out, different work through the shoulder than when I'm in here. So we're just slowly moving through those. But again, the main feature is how hard you're pulling apart. Like you're trying to break the strap, but it won't break. I mean, I wouldn't hang from it or something like that, you know, but it's not a suspension trainer or something like that, but whew, it'll be good. All right, overhead. Right here, pressing up. All right, so I got one loop in between. You could do without the loop in between, go a little bit narrower. I kind of like this distance. This isn't as good. Take a little bit lower stance here. Get a little more active in my legs. I'll press hard up. Oh boy. Fun. Pulling apart hard. It's hard to do. It's hard to stay focused on how hard you're working. Oh. All right. John Wayne walk. You're gonna do 2 loops in between. All right. Feet there. Oof. Right in there. Got my cool blue shoes on. I'm not gonna feature this in very many videos. These are my fun casual shoes. All right. But I thought they might show up better with a strap. So they're just black shoes. Well, I'm going too fast. Let me slow it down. Pulling apart while I balance on the one leg. So both butt cheeks are going as I do that. You could try a wider. You can even try a narrower too. Wider is going to work it a little bit harder. At least a wider angle at least. A little bit harder on the balance. If you could be farther apart. We can even try the narrower too with the feet just one strap with a part there. All right, so we got a squat. Squat time. I'll loop it over, loop it around, holding on, pushing the butt back, squeeze the knees out. All right, now sinking in here, pushing the butt back, and then squeeze out, squeeze out. This is big butt work here. Big time butt work. When we're not doing it here, you could do a booty bridge with this exercise. With that same strap dynamics there. Again, I got it looped where I don't really have to do too much with my arms. My arms are fairly restful. Just that I can't separate it with my legs. I can't generate enough force to pull that band back from my hands. Remember, the butt's back. Make sure those knees don't come forward too much. All right, knees aren't going forward too much. Butt's going back and you're squeezing out. Squeezing out. All right, last time on the chest press. All right. Grab in there. Throw it over. Ooh. Oh, I'm a little bit, I'm going one notch deeper on this. I'll try it with that even deeper position there. All right. So floor is really good for this because it makes you sure you're not doing a bad position. All right. So as long as you can still get some tension on there and there's still room for your elbows to exist here. I'll try the legs out there. Let me go one more out here. Yeah, I like that. They're all pretty good. So isometrics really can help train a lot of strength in that lower part of that range of motion. So the bottom of the push-up is a really hard spot. You could train that. You could focus on that, doing this isometric press in here. All right, we got the row. Pulling apart, going forward and back. It's as hard as you make it. So if it's not very hard, you're not very hard. Make it tough. This is, of course, incredibly difficult for me because I'm super tough. Pulling apart. Stacking posture really well. Oh yeah, so good. All right, overhead. Pressing up now. I'll show you sideways on this one. I haven't shown you that much sideways here. It's getting tough. It's getting real tough now. Tough finding the strength because my upper body's wearing out. Pulling apart. Definitely use the ends of range of motion to pull a little hard in those spots. Try to pull between two. Oh man, I think if somebody was actually feeling this pull now, it would feel like nothing. Oh, it's so hard to generate this force now. But it's good. It's good. Challenging the body. All right, John Wayne walk. All right. So I'll show you. Let me show you the narrower with just one notch in between. All right. So my legs just aren't as far apart on this one. All right. So if balance is trickier, you're scarier. You could try a narrower stance there. I wouldn't go too much narrower than this. If you go inside of just like one strap, each strap next to each other, I think it's too much. I think it's too close. If you want, I think the bigger challenge is a little bit wider. But you can find challenge either way. So it's really about balancing and pressing out. All right, if you can hold for longer, go ahead and do it. If you can manage to balance on one foot for a little bit. Out to the side. Now, notice how my feet aren't turning out as I do this, all right? They're staying parallel. It's important, all right? All right, squat. Loop it around. Hitting down, push the butt back. Here we go. Dropping low, last exercise. Squeeze the knees out. I'm just gonna get a little lower. Push that butt back. And I got really long femur, so for me, I have to tip forward more in order to counterbalance this, all right? That's depending on your leg length, things like that. But you probably should have to be tipping forward a little bit here. All right, squeezing out. Make it tough. If it's tough, you're tough. Come on. Squeezing out. Weight on the heels. Tailbone's way back behind you. Back is straight, chest is out, butt is out. Squeezing out against it. So I'm low, and that's hard too. But knees out is harder. Squeezing out, squeezing out. All right. Oh. Woo. There we go. All right, so I got my cool stretch strap. I've got a chance to work my body. I didn't do a lot of joint motion there, really, right? Because I mean, it was mostly isometric there. So lots of muscle stimulation, not as much motion. You know, it's fun, something different, a different way of hitting that training. So that one is one holding the strap. I'm gonna make another video for you where we anchor it to something. All right, if you don't have a beam or something like that, that one may not work for you, but at least you got this one, all right? So, this is Jeremy Tall Trainer saying, have fun, be safe, God bless.